I saw a gap in an operations system in a company that I was involved in at the time, and could not find the tools that I felt was required to plug that gap, in essence, and that gap being the ability for an operations team of a road freight logistics company to proactively manage and at least monitor that what is physically happening outside in the real world is in fact matching the intended plan and can be digitized so it can be recorded appropriately and micromanaged in the right way. So my role is to continually understand and ensure that the product that we develop and the solution that that product offers our customers actually speaks to the needs they have. Effectively translating the practical business requirement into a software solution. We aim to solve the digitization of a typical road freight operations planning and scheduling and execution function. Put in another way, we aim to employ systems that allows a team to proactively use technology to micromanage and to monitor execution, rather than using it only as a downstream administrative tool. So our empathy as a company lies primarily with a transportation control room. The ability for a road freight logistics operation to digitize their planning, to give them the ability to, within that crazy dynamic environment, really employ automation, employ technology to help rather than just as an administrative tool. To give an operations control room, in other words, the tools they require to digitize their scheduling, planning and execution, to help them micromanage where they need to. So I'll start with my academic exposure. My own aptitudes for mathematics and analytics and just passion for that meant I stayed on at varsity all the way through masters in applied mathematics program, and that from there went straight into the technology industry, including quite a bit of exposure to the fintech industry. I also have a very different exposure through a family business of on-the-ground real-world operations, and these two combine to plant the seed of a potential value-add product into the logistics industry. And having started that, I came across Renko, who at that time was co-leading a business that's taking logistics software directly to market. So our journeys crossed in a very unique way, I guess. And we both shared the same passion for solving this gap that we see in the industry. Our empathy very much still lies with the road freight leg of the logistics industry, speaking to those transporters. I have the advantage of starting afresh, which means we can employ the best of what is out there in terms of cloud technologies, and really reconsider and think exactly what our database structures needs to be, what technology we need to employ to solve this problem. From the foundation layer up, we could make those decisions, which I think is quite different from I would say legacy systems that currently exist in the market, purely out of the situation. Core key functionality of the product, I would say, is the ability to combine a planned route and overlay that with a telematics feed, so that we can truly give a control room or an operation line of sight of things like route compliance, accurate estimated time of arrivals, notifications on unplanned stops, So effectively having the ability to automate to a large extent the monitoring of the dots on the map. That's a tough question to answer. It's a bit like choosing your favorite music. It depends on the mood, I guess. But I would say our scheduling screen, our drag and drop functionality, and the smoothness of that capability, and I think the intuitiveness of that realizes in the controllers being able to create a digital plan is my favorite. The benefit of the app is a single source of truth in the communication between the operations room and the drivers, trying to cut out miscommunication, getting conflicting instructions from various sources. I think is probably the main benefit. The secondary benefit is that you get real-time information back from the driver of what is currently happening on the ground, getting back documentation, EPODs is something that then quickly becomes a reality, as well as true status updates from the driver into a system, rather than needing another middleman to relay WhatsApp conversations back into a system. I'd like to answer that in two parts. First, being purely commercial, our ambition certainly is to take this product abroad. We realize that there is a number of international products that are starting to break into our local market. However, we believe we actually have the opportunity of reversing that, and having experienced some of those products, by no means are we intimidated, and actually believe we can expand this product to include a number of external markets. Well, to keep on developing features and staying at the forefront of optimizing a road freight operation. I think there's so much potential to unlock once you can digitize the source of the road freight leg in the logistics chain, integrations into both downstream and upstream systems from there on. Things like integrating orders from various sales ERPs. I think our imaginations are possibly running away with us already. My personal hope is that our ability to distinguish from competitors resides in the fact that we truly have an empathy with the reality of our customers. Truly have an understanding for the pain they experience. And that's something that we're very lucky that we are creating a software product that impacts an industry that's extremely tangible. We really can understand there is a vehicle on the road doing essential work, delivering goods. It's a blessing.